At some point, you may decide that you want to build business credit for your freight brokerage business, whether that be for in-house capital or for outside investments. That could be an attractive decision at some point. And although building business credit and personal credit have some similarities, there are certainly some differences as well. So when I started Alliance Logistics, one of the first credit cards that I started out with was something called a Spark Business Credit Card. It's offered by Capital One. It comes in my business name and it also has my name on it. So I'm in the thought that, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and start building business credit by starting off with this credit card because they're going to issue a credit card in my business name. And this would give me the opportunity to build business credit in the business name with a major bank. So I started using the credit card to pay business expenses, and the whole reason why I did that was to start to establish that business line of credit for the business. So I was paying off TMSs, load boards, different bills like that, and then at the end of the month I'll go in and pay it off. Well, after about 60 days, I started to look on my business credit profile now because I'm looking to have at least see that this credit line is established. I've established a trade line on my credit report, reporting from Capital One, but I don't see anything there. So I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on? So, of course, I went over and looked at my personal credit, and I see that I have a new credit card on my personal credit. And I'm thinking like, where did this new credit card come from? And then I go down the credit report and I see that it's Capital One, Spark Business Credit Card. So now I'm wondering, how is it reporting to my personal credit if it's a business credit card? So I call Capital One. I say, hey, I opened this up a few months ago. I was expecting to see it report to my business credit and I don't see anything there. And she said, okay, so you have a business credit card, let me take a look. Well, she comes back and she tells me, okay, so you have a Spark Business Credit Card, but it's under your personal name, so it's going to report to your personal credit. Yes, you have your business name on the credit card, but that type of credit card reports to personal credit. So I'm thinking like, I thought, I got all of this squared away when we started the application. I was trying to build business credit, so why wasn't I directed toward a card that would allow for me to build business credit? Well, at that time, I didn't qualify for that type of card, so they gave me a credit card in my business name, but under my personal name. Simple as that. So all the while that I'm using that card, I'm not establishing business credit, I'm establishing more personal credit, which is not what I set out to do. I set out to establish business credit. So you have to be very aware of what's going on with your credit, where it's reporting to. Is it reporting to your business credit or is it reporting to your personal credit? I went on to open up cards that reported directly to my business credit with Wells Fargo, because I like to get cards that report from major banks. So I got a Wells Fargo business credit line and also 2 credit cards, and they report directly to my business credit. So if you're trying to establish business credit, make sure you're mindful of that. Make sure you're checking your reports to see if the credit is actually being reported to your business profile like you want it. Because if you're not establishing business credit and you're only doing it in your personal name, then it's not doing much at all for the business. And you could just be opening additional lines of credit under your personal credit history. So here are a few questions that I think you may want to ask before starting the application for any credit card that you're looking to report to your business credit. One of the questions that I would want answered is, does this credit card allow me to build business credit in my business name? I would want them to know up front, I'm not interested in a credit card where it's building personal credit. If this is what it is, that's not the card that I want. I only want cards that allow for me to build business credit in my business name, so the credit is being extended to the business. If not, do we have another card that you might be able to offer me? The next thing I would want to know is, do I have to personally guarantee the credit card debt? To me, it's about knowing what it is that you're getting into. And if you have to personally guarantee the debt, that means if something goes wrong, let's say you have $50,000 on the card and something goes wrong with the business, then you are personally responsible for that debt. Okay, so the next question that I want an answer to is, will the credit that you're extending to my business be reported on my personal credit history? If it is, that means that it's not really true business credit, because business credit is not reflected on personal credit history. Now, those are just a few things that I wanted to share with you today that I think would be helpful when you start the process of getting ready to start establishing credit for your freight broker business. Now, if you notice, we didn't cover anything about the payback portion. We didn't talk about the APRs, interest rates, anything such as that. You know that's a part that you need to take care of on your end, get a rate, get terms that are satisfactory to you. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I certainly hope this information has been helpful. If you're interested in learning more about the freight broker business, I'll leave a free link in the description. It's my 5-video series titled How the Load Movement Process Works. It'll give you a chance to come into the office with me and watch over my shoulder as I move loads, talk to shippers, talk to carriers. That way you can get a better understanding of how the business works before you come into it. And then if you want to know more about how we go out and get the customers that we work with, I'll leave a free video right here that shows you exactly how it works. So until the next time, I wish you the very best in your life and business. See you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.